Great to have you on. So much to talk about. I got to ask you about this Twitter situation. I mean, Musk buys it. People love it. He says he's joining the board, talks about making a homeless shelter out of the whatever, deletes those tweets, and the board last night saying they basically have reached a mutual decision not to join. What's your take?
I don't think Twitter really wanted any change of the sort that Mr. Musk was going to bring, Brian. I loved those tweets, the ones about, hey, if nobody's coming into the office, let's turn this thing into a homeless shelter, or let's get rid of the W, and so forth. I think Twitter just was not at all ready. I think it was a defensive move. I'm sure you think the same, for them to basically invite him onto the board. And thereby, if he was fully, placed on the board, he wouldn't be able to go activist, I think, for like 15 months or more. He's already changed that designation from passive on his filings with the SEC. So I think Twitter was a little over confident that they could calm Mr. Musk and get him to just sort of be nice and play nice. I don't think he wants to play nice with a group that really doesn't want to play nice either. No, I think that board is not going to be very friendly to the price of Twitter because of this move with Musk in particular.
Yeah, and the statement by the CEO, which we'll talk more about with reporter Alex Hearn right after you, John, was pretty corporate-ish. Do you think that Twitter was afraid of Elon Musk?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's bigger, obviously. He's the richest man on the planet, and he's bigger than anybody on that board. And I doubt if he would be, very tolerant of fools. And I'm sure there are several on that board, because that's what Twitter has become, just this echo chamber that doesn't want an outside voice as strong as his. So I don't think he could be tamed. And I think that's part of why this just didn't work out, Brian. In full disclosure, though, I lost some money on that part, because although I caught it early on the rise up, I bought some 50 calls last week as I rolled up that position. And now this morning, shares are trading down hard again. Yeah. So it's looking like those 50 calls won't be paying off for me.
Well, but I'm a little confused. Well, I'm easily confused, John, as we know. But I'm a little confused why the stock is down, because now that he's not joining the board, there is speculation. And again, it's all speculation that now he's free to buy more than 14.9% of the company. And so maybe he'll just buy the whole doggone thing. Again, that's just speculation of why maybe he didn't join the board. But if you believe that, and maybe some do and don't, I'm not saying it's going to happen. But if you believe it, wouldn't that be good for the stock?
Overall, yes. But at what level? In other words, Elon Musk has never really cared all that much about possessions. So I think he'll be a prudent buyer. I don't think he'll just get in there and fight for the stock here. I think he'll say, okay, well, if you guys are going to kill the stock, maybe I'll buy it again in the sub 40 level, in the 30s and so forth. And based on what the Twitter fight is looking like right now, it's likely to get there. As long as he's a patient buyer, I think he could pick it up a lot cheaper, Brian.